G'day guys, Mossy here again. Title of this video is how do I save time and money getting soft luggage for my off-road motorcycle. Now over the years, I've got over 40 years of riding experience with off-road motocrossing, road bikes, now gone into adventure bikes. So, I've got it recently, a new adventure bike. One of the big things is when we go away for weekends, where do we get our soft luggage from? Do we choose hard luggage? Do we choose soft luggage? And how do we save time and money buying the right product? So one of the big things that I do is buy once, cry once. That's the saying. The other saying is the poor man pays twice. You know how we all get into that realm of choosing something that's not what you want because you're compromising. Something's $1,000. Oh, look, there's this thing over here for a 700. Looks very, very similar, but it's not exactly what you want because you might have a budget of whatever your budget is, $500, $600, $700. You may not have a budget. You may have plenty of money and go, hey, I'll just get whatever I want. But most people have a budget or an idea of what they want to spend. So we can get into that trap of buying something, getting it home, unwrapping it, and it's not what you thought it was. Quality's not there, or there is the quality, but it doesn't fit on your motorbike properly because you bought a universal one instead of one that matches your particular model. So what I do is I normally go on and do a whole lot of research, and I'm just at home videoing this at the moment. I'm in the Australian desert and she's cracking up 35 degrees today, so I'm not going to go out into the desert and have some pretty background. So I'm just going to video it in my home underneath some shade here. So I'll just show you my sort of setup and show you what I chose. So this is my bike with my adventure gear on it. Now what I looked at is what do I want to use my luggage for. I went soft luggage is because I ride a lot out in the desert. I ride off-road mainly, very easily to tip your bike over. And from what I've found over the years, as soon as you get into hard luggage, you tip it over a few times, you're going to destroy those aluminium boxes, the hard boxes. Hey, look, they're good. They're lockable, waterproof, dustproof. You can lock them up at night, go into your hotel or wherever you are, your motel. Not always good if you're off-road, you're camping, tenting, those sort of things. You tip over and you're going to destroy them. So one of the big reasons is I went for soft luggage is because if I tip my bike over, no big deal. I just pick my bike up and away I go. Now, the brand I went with all the research I did online and all the different brands, and they all say they're the best. They all say they can do this and they can do that. I went with Kriega. The reason I did is the quality is there. I looked at all the specs, and they've got 1000D denier. They've got Hyperlong, which is a rubberized material, aircraft grade hooks. All the fitment on it for your hooks. Now Kriega do baggage for all sorts of different motorbikes, all the major brands, KTM, Ducati of course, Yamaha, BMW, Husqvarna, Aprilia, lots and lots of different brands. Now this particular make is that Kriega do is the OS brand, which is a saddlebag type. You have the saddlebags that go over, fit onto your bike down here, and on the back here, they loop over the hardware that comes with it. They do a range of different bags too, and this is the big reason I went from it. They make 3 sizes, 6 litre, 12 litre, and an 18. That's a little 6s there. That's a 12, and of course we've got the 18 litres. Also you could, Kriega do a whole lot of other different bags that you can mix and match. So depending on what I'm doing for the mission, whether I'm just going for an overnighter, whether I'm going away for, you know, a long weekend, 3 or 4 days, or I'm going for a whole week, then I can mix and match what bags I want. So say I'm just going for an overnighter, I can rip that bag off there. I've just got that bag, 2 bags on the back, nice and slimline, keeps all the weight low. Little 6s here, sometimes you can just put a tent in those. Undo that, that comes off. Then you've got a slimline bike. Tank bag, Kriega do a tank bag. I can rip that off. Then I've got a very slimline bike, not much weight, and I've just got the 2 bags. And here's a quick tip though, depending on where your exhaust is, I put a 12 litre on this side. See the room there between the exhaust? If you put an 18 on there, I find it a little bit too close, and the bags start to heat up a little bit. They don't burn them, they just heat them up. So on the exhaust side on this one, I put a 12 on that side. I put an 18 on that side. And see, I've got my little 6 up here. Now, good thing is with Kriega, all the hardware has these little clips. On all of these bags, they all have these loops. So effectively, if you really wanted to, you could put another bag there, you could put a bag back there, or with the system, I might just have a little tail bag. Might go for a day ride. So what do you do when you got a day ride? So you biff that off there, and these are really, really easy to take off. Sorry guys, I'll just take these bags off and I'll show you what it's like with nothing at all. Sorry guys. There you go, now I've got no bags at all. So, what if I want to go out for a day ride? Well, with the Kriega setup, you have the little hardware here, and you have your tie down points. So these are the very, very first things that you put on the system. So you can just put a tail bag on there. So say I just want to go out for a day ride, and all I want to carry is some tools. In case I have a flat tyre, mechanical stuff, I might just tie that on the back. So now I've got a little tail bag. Or what if I'm just going for an overnighter? So take your little OS6, that might be your tools, so you put that up there on your tank bag. Because on your tank bag here, you've got all these little loops here. So you could put a 6 on there, you could put a 12 on there. So say you're just going for an overnighter, so you just want, you know, a few bits and bobs. Some people like me saying bits and bobs. So you might just have a tail bag. This is the whole flexibility around the Kriega system, or what they call their OS. So you might have a tail bag there, you might have a tank bag. Now what I do with a tank bag, say I'm just going out for a day ride. A couple of my mates up here, we just go out for day rides, we might just go out for a couple of hours. We might go for, we'll cruise out there and cruise out in the desert, have a couple of rides and then come back for a coffee somewhere. So what I'll do is I'll just take a trail bag on the tank. So I'll rip that off and I will put that there on it. Now that can take 2 1-litre bottles. So it's got an open up here, opens up here. You can stick 2 1-litre bottles in there. What I do is I stick a litre bottle there, like I'm only going out for an hour's ride. I'll stick my bottle there, wallet, house keys, phone, you know, all those sort of things. So it's a little pocket there that you can keep. So now you've just got the bike. Nothing on it at all. So again, these are one of the big reasons that I chose Kriega, is because there's so much flexibility. Now again, if I wanted to go for a weekend ride, I've just come out here, whack, saddlebags are on. See how easy that was? All it does is a couple of clips, boom, 18 or 12 goes on the back. Then I go, okay, I'll put a 6 up here. And then you've got little tailbacks, so you can put them on your crash bars. See how quick that was? And most of these bags are packed, ready to go, with most of my stuff in it. That's why I chose Kriega. Now, see these little red dots, they're reflective. I was a bit apprehensive about those. I thought, they look a bit dicky. I don't mind them now, but what you could do is just get some matte black spray paint and just spray paint them over. If you don't want them there, just put some black spray paint on them, no biggie. So again guys, that's my setup. And the OS system with the throw over saddlebags have so much flexibility about how fast and what you can fit and what you don't. So again, they've got the 6 litre, 12 litre and the 18 litre, and they're all interchangeable. They've all got their little belt loops. So that's really my setup, and that was the big reason for me that I chose Kriega, because of the flexibility. The quality's there, they're just as good as any other brand. And if you like this video, share it with someone that will be a benefit. You know, if you know guys that are choosing whether between it's a hard cover or a soft cover, look at Kriega compared to all the others. I think Kriega has the most flexible system on the market. I'm not paid by Chrysler. This is Kriega. This is just what I chose out of my own pocket from all the research I did, and that's why I chose it, because there's so much flexibility. Day ride, go with a 6 litre. Weekends, you can go 12 or 18s. So if this was helpful, like I say, and you've got people out there wondering what to buy, send them this video, and if it helps them out. Because if you buy once and cry once, you don't get something and then you're disappointed with it and wished that you just paid that little bit extra to get what you really want. If you want me to do in the future a video on what I pack to go away for weekends or weeks or whatever, I'll do a whole video on that, because I've done some trips over the last 12 months on this Desert X. Packed up tents, clothing, food, cooking, all the rest of it. We do a lot of tenting out in the Australian outback. So if you want me to do a video on that, give us a hoy, put it in the comments, and I'll do a video on what I pack to go away, especially my tools, because you're out in the Aussie outback, you have a flat tire or something goes wrong, it's basically you and your mate. That's if you've got a mate. If you're riding by yourself, it's just you. So what I pack in my tools. So give us a hoy in the comments if you want me to do a video on that. And again guys, this is why I bought Kriega, because they're so flexible with the OS system. 6 litre, 12 and 18. Okay guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers guys.